about this road.
That is true.
I feel so blessed to have an MP that see the need to fix our road. Fix it. Oh God, man. This road been here for over a period of time. Nobody pays any mind with it. Until now, we finally get it. Bless our MP. Bless.
Alright. Mr. Tibby?
It's just up there, me live here.
So how do you feel about your road being fixed?
I was in a devastation, right? This road, I have to drive on the other, in the boulevard,
Yes.
all the way around to get to the in the town.
Oh no.
I cannot drive on this road. It was so devastating, right? Mash up my car, and lose everything on the car, right? So I do not drive on this road. So when I see this road fixing, I say thank God.
Alright. So
I
now
say thank the Lord. Thank the new MP that we have. Yes, the MP.
so now you can drive on this
Now
road
I can
again.
drive.
Wonderful.
You don't have to count any fear.
Wonderful.
So we have to thank my MP so much.
Sell off, Kirk. MP, sell off, Kirk. All the MP them when coming at this parish.
Yeah, because I
You don't want to look back, come and pass for us.
yeah, because
So I'm actually standing on Bogue Main Road, and as you can see, the road is actually literally falling apart. We have a spring on the left-hand side of the road, and we actually have another spring over there. So I've spoken with the National Works Agency to see how best we can get some repairs done to this road. It's hard to fix the road without first fixing the culvert, because if you fix it, the water will continue to come over. So we actually need to get the culvert changed out so that the road can then be repaired. So I'm actually using this opportunity to call on the Minister with responsibility for road and works to give us some assistance here in northeastern St. Elizabeth, because the truth is, one more hard night of rainfall and the road is actually going to collapse, which means that persons may have to take a very long trip to go probably through Lancaster or somewhere else. So we actually need some urgent assistance from the government to get this road fixed. I am pleading, I am begging. Thank you.
Put you over there to my boss, so they can see what I want. They come on and wait a lead from us.
Yeah, this is the culvert.
Clean.
But they say can't clean because it collapsed, so they need one new culvert.
We'll cut one drill so that the water can lead back in water.
So I beg the government to give me some help to just get it done.
We no see no MP to represent we. None.
After Melissa had damaged the road, where we the people, both giant community and other community, we couldn't come out. We have to pay $15,000 and $1,000 per a bike for go Santa. So back and forth it cost somehow with $3,000 or $2,000. Jess reached out to me and she said, "Baby Lee, how up there?" I said, "Jesse up here, mash up." Jesse come then, I want SUV. Remember now, we can enter from Good Hope or Malvern or from Santa Cruz and so to come up. The tree road block off, so we stuck. We was under the wickedest curfew. Not even when Andrew put we on a curfew, it never so bad. Anyway guys, just to find a way, I mean the woman come there with her SUV packed from bottom with bags. Flour, rice, sugar, cooking oil, sardine, tin mackerel, tile tissue. Well, enough of them nothing we use tissue. Enough of them are bush. Uno still a use wipe on no ass. So uno forgive thanks. Guys, Jesse come there. Jesse never stop in my community, you know. He got down this one. Jesse hand out give no. When Jesse reach back up where me is and Jesse come, and me take Jesse out her car and the umbrella and she come up on my yard and Jesse see the disaster of my house and my car and she said me lose everything. Jesse start crying. Jesse reach out back to me again and she said, "Baby Lee, there's a lot of dump in front of your business place, in front of your club. Can I get 2 back one trucks and come remove it?" I said, "Yes, Jesse." And Jesse come send the truck and the back war, whatever I call it something, to take up the muck people. The butter ears cousin and then pillow back wife come on and then create one excitement, the truck man and the 2 back go away. But the truck man them didn't stop there, them go down after the same same person want burn Jesse, you know. And the people them going at the gully, you know, and them take out every mud. And them clear the gully and them take the dump from out of the gully. Where that the dump there, no, that the dump there, should I use the dump from up on my place, because I have a heavy stone and mall head. And just to patch out the road. After Melissa, we was the first person get a patch out road. And just to ensure that how much it chuck and sit and come up the can give you no things. And you go say, Jesse not do nothing, girl. Like seriously? Jesse have done so much the shorter time he is in power. But people lie the girl they tell. The heavy rain that is falling now, it may be dig up back the road. How much things you don't want Jesse to do? How much care package you not get? When Jesse fix the road, why you never come out and video the road when Jesse fix the girl? Are you so wicked, girl?
You realize that you're important in Jamaican politics when a simple traffic court matter becomes breaking news. I'm glad I've been able to help social media reach its drama quota for this week. On a serious note though, now that the matter has been disposed of by the court, I can speak to you about it freely and publicly. Sometime in or around March of this year, my driver had an incident with the police. I will start with the aspect that is least controversial and very much unproblematic. So he was asked to produce the vehicle documents and he did, at which point it was noted to him that the insurance as well as the fitness had expired a few days prior. Naturally, he reaches out to me. I was not in the vehicle at the time, so he calls me on the telephone. I do not personally handle certain administrative matters. And it's not because I'm in politics. I've been running a business since I'm 22 years old. I have an office, I have a staff, I have bureau. I do not personally go to the tax office to buy a fitness certificate or take a vehicle to the depot to get it tested. You have persons who actually handle those things. So I said to him, give me a few, let me make a quick call because I'm sure that the instructions were given for the documents to be renewed. Let me make a quick call so that we can get copies and send to your phone. Long story short, I called the driver back shortly after that, only for him to tell me that he was being given a ticket for using the telephone with me in connection with the matter. I said to him, that's fine, take the ticket and come. He comes home and I realize that he is visibly overwhelmed. He is extremely emotional. And I couldn't understand why, because at that point I had already been sent copies of the renewed documents. So I wasn't sure why he was taking it all so hard, only for him to point out to me that apparently it was the conduct of the officers towards him, the way they treated him, the way they spoke to him in such a disrespectful manner, treated him like a criminal, said very distasteful things about me, even though I wasn't even in contact with them. I had no form of interaction whatsoever. I didn't even know them at the time of the incident. So he was quite emotional about the exchange that took place. Somebody in my position, I'm accustomed to people being disrespectful. It comes with the political territory. But the truth is I've always taken an exception to those who sit in positions of authority and abuse that position simply because they are dealing with persons who they deem to be below them or inferior to them. Against that background, I reached out to the senior police in charge and made mention of the events as recounted to me by my driver. Let me be clear, at no point did I complain about the tickets that were given to the driver. My complaints centered around the conduct of the female officers in question. And I'm happy that I sent my complaint via WhatsApp, and so the written proof is there. I never complained, I never raised an issue about the traffic tickets because that was not a problem. The issue has always been about the conduct of the officers. Now the response that I got from the High Command was essentially to say to me that, boy, it is the word of your driver against the word of the police, and the officers are not going to admit that they made the remarks that your driver said they made, and they're not going to admit that they behaved in any way that was unbecoming. So in other words, what I understood him to be saying is that you're on your own. It's nothing will come of this. And so I said okay, and I left it there. But the truth is it didn't sit well with me. And so I made a post. I made a public post, and I asked the public whether they knew the officers in question and what was their experience, whether they had any encounters with the officers. To my surprise, the post went viral. Hundreds of persons started to comment and share the negative experiences that they've had. persons weren't complaining about the tickets that they were getting. They were complaining about the conduct, the way that the officers treat the traveling public. And one of the comments that stood out to me, it was actually a direct message that was sent to me by a medical doctor. And he recounted the fact that he was on the phone with a nurse dealing with a patient that was in medical distress. He works in the government system. He's trying to help. And so he's on the phone giving medical instructions when the same police officer, female police officer, stopped him, gave him a ticket, even though he told the officer he was on the phone with the nurse trying to sort out a medical emergency. But the issue for him also was not about the ticket, it was about the disrespectful and the rude remarks and the comments and conduct of the officer in question. I say all of this to say that it is important to note that this matter has never had anything to do with traffic tickets. In fact, even when I made the post, I never spoke about any traffic ticket because it's neither here nor there. The concern has always been about the conduct of the officers in question. Now, be that as it may, when you get a traffic ticket, there are two things that can happen. Either you pay the traffic ticket online or you go to court and you dispute the ticket. Initially, we decided that we would have disputed the ticket because of the circumstances. And so we went to court. By the way, it was after I made the post that the police contacted me to say that they were also charging me for the same offenses that the driver had been charged for, the same traffic offenses. Again, neither here nor there. I work in the court system. You can't frighten me by threatening to take me before the court because I've made a public post complaining about the conduct of your officers. Anyways, be that as it may, we decided that we would have gone to court and deal with it by way of a trial. Got to court yesterday only to find out that the earliest trial date available for a simple traffic court matter is all the way in September. And even with it being set for September, there's no guarantee that the matter would get off the ground on that first date because of the length of the list, the number of cases before the court. So it means that we would have to be going back and forth in order to have the matter tried. Truth is, my driver doesn't even work with me anymore. That day that the incident happened was his last day on the job. So for him to be leaving, to come back into the constituency, leaving his place of work, for him to come back and forth in order to have this matter tried, for me to also take the time off when you all know how busy I am dealing with the various issues that we have to deal with. We decided as a matter of expediency that we would simply enter a plea of guilt and have the matter disposed of on that very same day. Because the truth is, when you are before the courts, you can do two things, one of two things. Either you're going to plead guilty, pay the fine, and just have the matter come to an end, or you can plead not guilty and then go back and forth in order to have the matter tried. Unfortunately, even though as a matter of principle, I would have loved to take the option where I go back and forth and have the matter come to a resolution by way of trial, I did not have the time. I still do not have the luxury of time to engage in that method. And so we decided to bring the matter to a close yesterday. So, long story short, in a nutshell, yesterday, I contributed to the courts in Balaclava, unlike the government that is still yet to contribute any of the disaster relief fund towards the courts. What is the government waiting for?